Coach, you said you were ready for any team. You've got Roller in. Was kind of a bogey team until you beat them the last time. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, interesting draw for us. Not an easy one, but yeah, they don't come easy. When you look at all the other 7 teams, it was never going to be an easy game. Whoever that we're going to play against. So yeah, looking forward to the game.
I mean, one always looks at when you win the derby, coach. It always gives you that breathing room, and tempers kind of go down. What will winning a cup actually do for your season and for yourself as a coach?
Look, I'm not too worried about me. I'm obviously when you are leading as a coach, you are leading players that you see they are trying hard, they're giving their best all the time, to win games for the club. And sometimes the results are not forthcoming. Sometimes, we're blowing hot and cold. And sometimes when we think, we've got the momentum, and then there is that break. If you remember, I think just after Pirates or before Pirates, we had won about a game. If I'm not mistaken, maybe we won 2 more games, and then it was a break. And again, it breaks that momentum, And this is the same situation. We've won 3 games on the trot, and now it's going to be a situation of we win this one over the weekend, and then it's a break. So it kills that momentum. And unfortunately, with us as well, we've played nearly all the games this season without any consistent, lineup. We would love to, to have, a stable, first 11 where you can say this is our team, then we'll build on it, then obviously with the sub and many other players that are part and parcel of the team, is to make sure that their identity is there. And unfortunately, some of the players have been a missing link because of that, because of injuries and unforeseen, circumstances. But it's part of the game, as I've been saying. We can't complain, and yeah, we're always looking forward to the next game. And this is another game that we have to make sure that we go through to the next round.
Coach, the sporting director Kaizer Jr., I think it was a month ago when he had spoken about what he identified was the problem, was one of the problems. One of it was the sports conditioning. The conditioning of the players was a big issue, a big challenge in the beginning. But you guys seem to have gotten that right now. I just want to ask you about the contribution of Muzi and his team since they've come in. What have you made of their contribution? Do you think that you have a fitter team now than perhaps what you did in the past?
By far, it's just that this is not the right platform for me to release the stats. But when you check the stats, the gap is, I'll give you one example. In the beginning of the season, Kama Billiard covered in 40 minutes. He covered the distance that he used to cover for 90 minutes plus. You understand what I'm saying? Just giving you that. So it tells you what has been the problem in the past, and we had to work on that, and obviously improve the team and find a way in terms of their identity as well. Unfortunately, you are dealing with players that are coming from different, mindset, different background, different environments, and when it comes to the chemistry, it's going to take a while, because now you're dealing with the habits in terms of finding the balance, in terms of also getting right, the identity. So we understand, and unfortunately, it also, frustrates us. But having said that, when you look at the number of chances we've created, when was the last time the team created so many? Actually, we're the second best team in terms of creating, goal-scoring opportunities. Sundowns, obviously, and then it's us. But the only difference is that Sundowns, they've converted 80% of those chances that they created, and only, converted 20 to 30%, and that alone tells you that that's the department we've been, ruthless. And they've been ruthless. So that's the difference. And also, on the other hand, we've considered goals we shouldn't have. Manna from heaven, and keep on saying to the players, we need to learn fast, because at this level, there is no room for such mistakes. And being a person also played the game, sometimes I understand. I sympathize with the players. A lot of pressure comes with being a Kaizer Chiefs player. Supporters, they expect us to perform, to our utmost best week in, week out. And I would say the boys, the guys, they've been tremendous. From where we come from and the challenges that we've been through, not having the consistent lineup and also having the positives in the team. And we're looking forward, obviously, to the next game and the remaining games to make sure that we grind the results.
And Coach, I mean, when you explain it here, one can say it makes sense when you say you haven't had consistent lineups, you've been missing opportunities and so on, but now you are leading a group or a large number of supporters who are used to winning, who believe that if you play for Kaizer Chiefs, whether you are second or third choice, you have to get the job done. How do you navigate that kind of space, Coach? Because to the supporters, every time when you say we don't have consistent lineups, they don't want to hear that. They just want to see the results.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part when it comes to that, and I don't blame them. They expect us to win, every game that we play, and because they are spoiled, the team's got a rich history, and we're going into this game knowing very well that the team has played 19, Nedbank Cup finals, and we go into the final. That will be the 20th. So that alone tells you about the history, and the team must have won it maybe 14 times, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me on that one. And that alone tells you that they are used to winning. And we know the responsibility on our shoulders, that we have to win cups. And as much as we are building the team, we still have to win games and win cups. And we'll get there, and we'll turn things around. And yes, there are positive signs you can see. And we have a lot of young boys as well. Some are doing well, some are still finding themselves. And as soon as we get everything right, I think it will be a difficult team to play against.
So, Coach, Coach, I don't know if you've seen, but Junior Khanye has been very critical of your performance as a coach since coming on board. Yeah. Even going as far as saying that you will never win this cup competition. How would you respond to those critics, and how important is it for you to win this trophy?
Critics are part of the game. It's his opinion. I respect his opinion. As a former player, and yeah. By the way, who am I, to go down to the level of Junior Khanye? You understand what I'm saying? So this is football. I respect everyone. We respect each other. So that is his opinion, and I love it for the fact that, he's saying what he thinks, but people are not the same.